Hello, my name is Clarissa Cancino, and the following presentation is on a research I've been working on called Gender Disparities in STEM Careers. The study dives deep into how factors like education level and gender affect earnings within this field. This project will examine the gender wage gap in the STEM jobs, analyzing how education level, like bachelor's or graduate's degree, and the gender can affect income. So STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These fields carry jobs like software developers, scientists, engineers, and more. The reason why I chose gender disparities as my topic, what caught my attention was the curiosity that some of us might have about men and women possibly not earning enough in these fields despite similar education levels and jobs. Most individuals see these STEM jobs as male dominated. There aren't enough women working in these fields. And if we think about it, we always see males as leaders, CEOs, but it's rare when we see a woman in a male dominated world. And because of this rare situation of seeing a woman in high paying jobs or as leaders, CEOs, is what caught my attention. And I want to learn more and analyze to see if there is a gender wage gap between the STEM jobs. For my research, I used data from the 2019 American Community Survey. This survey collects data from individuals in the United States. Some data consists of people's jobs, salaries, education, material status, and other factors. The American Survey is a good source because the data that is collected is captured by the U.S. government census. In this research, I focused on the year 2019. Within the year, I looked into the median earnings of the STEM fields across genders, and for educational attainment, I focused on the bachelor's and graduate's degrees. For my research, as the independent variable, I used the median earnings, and for dependent variable, I used educational level. The following graph shows the earnings compared between genders. Each dot on the scatter plot represents a person in the STEM job, and the vertical position of each dot shows how much they earn. My regression model consisted of median earnings as my dependent variable, education as my independent variable, where 0 represented bachelors and 1 represented graduates. Gender was my binary variable, where 0 represented males and 1 represented females. In the error term accounted for the variation in median earnings not explained by education or gender. For my first regression, education on earnings, it was significant. It showed that graduating with a higher degree increased earnings. For the regression of gender on earnings, it showed that males slightly earned a little more than women, but it's still not statistically strong. The results show that a higher education does in fact affect earnings in the STEM field. The regression analyses showed that individuals with a graduate's degree made more than those with a bachelor's degree. The gender on wage regression showed that gender slightly impacts earnings. As we saw earlier on the scatter plot, we can see how there's a slight increase in men. However, the gender effect is weak, and the effect of education, I believe, needs more analysis to statistically determine if there is in fact a gender wage gap between the STEM jobs. For future research, I think that I would look into more factors like race and specific STEM jobs to see if there are any race and gender disparities.